Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB, the sexy ninja here in the place to be for C Plus Studios and the Paper Saber universe. Welcome to the New World Podcast, brother. And it's for life. Always. We are talking about SmackDown. What a show. Graves and Cole on commentary. Not the greatest show, but I would say the most emotional, with the thread of if Jay's going to show up. Will Jay show up? And with Paul Heyman starting it all off with a promo and saying how these championships, they matter because of Roman and blah, 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 blah. This and that, tit for tat. Sami Zayn comes out to a huge pop. You got this great casino. And he comes out to this huge pop, and they are loving Sami. I'm loving Sami. I can see the emotion, and he just tells him, like, hey, Roman's number is up. And guess who's taking his number? Me. I will take away the Universal Championship. And I was wrong about certain things, because remember last week I said, hey, I was trying to figure out which championship he was going for, and I was like, yeah, he should go for the Universal Championship, because that makes sense, because Cody should go and win the WWE Championship, because that's what he's been after. And all these things that I've been trying to think of again and again and again, and then confirmed last week, he is going for the Universal Championship. And in Montreal, now's the question. 1, where's Kevin Owens? 2, what's going on with Jay? And 3, will WWE pull that impossible trigger? I thought they were going to do it with Kevin. I thought they're going to do it here. I thought all these theories. Yes, Cody should be the one to dethrone Roman. But I am okay. With Sami winning the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber in Montreal. That would be huge. I mean, huge. And it won't really hurt Roman. Something can happen. You can protect Roman some way, somehow. Jay helps. Jay helps with helps Sami obtain the title, like we saw tonight. What we saw on SmackDown and everything like that. And it's all building, and it's going to be emotional. Sami's time is now, and Sami's the hottest babyface you got. Also, when I say where's Kevin Owens, I want to know when and where Kevin Owens might play a factor into this, or he's just taking a break. Great promo with Paul and Sami, but not as good as Cody and Paul, because that got personal, and Paul took a shot at that in this promo when he's like, hey, you dumbass, so a lot of things rolling into Elimination Chamber, which is next week. It's crazy. Elimination Chamber's next week. But I'm getting hyped. I'm getting hyped. Backstage, we had Sheamus and Drew with the Brutes, and they're getting ready for the big tag team match. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus Hit Row. And they said SummerSlam's in Detroit. We haven't even made it to WrestleMania where we're talking about SummerSlam. I'm waiting. Just so much is going on. And, of course, Sheamus and Drew win. I don't know what's going on with Hit Row at this point. After the big comeback, then, a few opportunities here and there. Nothing. So I'm just like, I really wanted Hit Row to do something, go somewhere. I'm glad they were rehired, they were brought back, but what are we doing? You know, I'm being a little judgy here because I like Hit Row. I think Hit Row could be a really fucking awesome faction if given the opportunity. But Sheamus, Drew won, and of course more Viking Raiders promos, you know, Valhalla and stuff like that, and I don't know. I'm getting really bored with Sheamus and Drew and the Viking Raiders. It's just like, just do a big payoff match finally, you know. Let's just pay it off some way, somehow. Let these two kill each other and something. You know, I don't know. I don't care. I'm glad I love Sheamus and I love McIntyre. I love banger after banger after banger, you know. Him and McIntyre doing it. But with the Viking, I'm just like, come on. Let's do something else, please. Let's move on. What are you going to do with the Viking Raiders? They're not even in the tag team picture here. You know, Sheamus and Drew are not even in the tag team picture. They have beef with the Viking Raiders, but it's like, where are we going with them? Because you had Sheamus and Drew get knocked out by the Viking Raiders and automatically Ricochet and Braun Strowman enter the tournament? You know, like, I don't know. Let's move on. Lacey Evans. Don't care. Move on. She wins. Whatever. I want to get to this. Jimmy trying to call Jay. And, you know, it's like, hey, come on, man. Voicemail. You know, then we got cut back. Jimmy trying to call again and nothing. And then Paul shows up. He's like, hey, so what's going on? And then Jimmy's like, yo, man, you help me. But Mr. Paul laying the seeds of like, hey, I was out there. I was ambushed by a Canadian psychopath. Where were you? Where's the Bloodline? Where's Solo? Where, you know, I was left unarmed by this psychopath. I like how he calls him the Canadian psychopath. So, you know, and Jimmy's like, hey, maybe you can help me defend these titles. And Paul's like, no. And he says, it has to be you. You need to, you know, go face, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, Ricochet, Braun Strowman. I had a brain fart there for a second. You know, you got to take him on, so we're building to that. But Paul laying the seeds. I love it. I love it. Cross promo, Rey Mysterio, yeah, sure, yeah. But here we are. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship is on the line against Ricochet and Braun Strowman. You know, this match was a lot of fun. This match was hella fun, in my opinion. I really had a good time. I really don't care for Braun, Ricochet teaming up, but, you know, if you want to do something, they have to do something, right? And I really thought that Jay was not going to show up. But he did. When he did, that crowd popped. That crowd popped huge for Jay. So with Jay assisting Sami, just imagine that building in Montreal blowing the fuck up. Dethroning Roman Reigns. Helping him, you know, lose one of the titles. Then, you know, and what kind of story it builds there. Because Michael Cole even said main event. Jey Uso is here, helps his brother. He's faithful to Jimmy, but what about the Bloodline? Storytelling, folks. Storytelling. Cut to Rey Mysterio cutting a promo, blah, 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 blah. Let's move on. You know, this cross, there's a lot of things right now in WWE that's kind of like, I don't care. You know, like, Cross went from, like, we're bringing in Cross. Okay, now he had that McIntyre in beef, and then now he's going after Rey Mysterio just out of nowhere, and they're still building upon it, and I just don't care. I love Rey Mysterio, and I do like Karrion Kross. I love his entrance, but, you know, I don't see the point of this feud, and it plays into the main event. So, Natalya comes out, talking about her winning, talks shit on Shayna Baszler, saying she's the wannabe Ronda Rousey, blah, 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 blah. And my wife was like, what's going on with Shayna? I was like, I know, I love Shayna Baszler. I want her to let's something, Lord, something. I really wish she was in the Elimination Chamber match, but Natalya is, and Ronda Rousey comes back, and then Shayna and Ronda are teaming up, and my wife said, ooh, they would make a good tag team. I'm like, I think that's what they're going to do. I feel like they're going to dominate, and they're going to get those women's tag team championships. Who has them? Damage Control. Damage Control has the women's tag team championships. They haven't. What was the last time they were defended? I can't remember. Like, someone drop that in the comments below. When was the last time those I probably could Google it right after I get done here, but yeah, nothing. Those women's tag team championships are probably was, what do you call it? Yeah, NXT doesn't have the women's tag team championships no more either, right? Are those not a thing either? I guess. Yeah, but if you're going to give the titles to anybody, I guess Ronda and Shayna Baszler. And after the beatdown on Natalya, here comes Shotzi. Let's just skip all that. Let's get back to Jay and Sami backstage. This here, Jay, after the win, he tells his brother in the back, he's like, yeah, I got you, Uce. I love you, Uce. You're my brother. You're my brother. And then he goes, all right. Jay walks off. Well, the part before that, he goes, Jimmy's like, hey, so what's up? Well, Bloodline. He goes, I'm not all on that yet. Not all on that yet. And he's like, yo, and Jay walked off. Paul comes up and goes, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Playing more into it, just laying the foundation of where we're going here. Cut back after the beatdown with Ronda, Shayna, Shotzi, and Natalya. Jay's walking, and Sammy's like, hey. He's like, what are you doing here, Uce? He's like, yo, I know Roman. I'm going to help him. You know how huge it would be if this happens? And I know, he goes, I know you want to see him, get dethroned. And they're playing off each other so well. And Jay's not even opposing anything Sammy's saying. And the best part about it, he goes, come on. And he goes, and what you did, I want to thank you. And I acknowledge you. I welted up inside. I was like, I'm not crying. You're crying. That was, shit is good. And when he put his he goes, get out of here with that Uce. He goes, come on. And Jay does it. He gives him the fist bump. I'm like, oh man. We can't get no better than this, right? We really, really can't. I'm done. I don't even care about the main event. Let's move on. Move forward. LA Knight promo. They asked him about the pitch black match. He's like, I don't want to hear about no pitch black match. I'm LA Knight. Goodbye. That was that, and I was like, oh man, we're getting there, and Michael Cole had a really cool backstage segment with Charlotte, and putting Rhea Ripley in her place, and this is a great story because it's 3 years in the making. I remember when Rhea was brought up, and to face, she challenged Charlotte, Charlotte and Rhea. Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley. And I think it was for the NXT championship, am I right? And this is during the COVID times. This was the empty arena WrestleMania. So, big moment. And that was fine. I was fine with Rhea losing then because it wasn't, because I remember the promo packages. Yeah, I remember the promo packages for that where they were supposed to be at the Buccaneer Stadium and this and that, WrestleMania, and taken away. Empty arena. COVID. So Rhea Ripley's big moment is coming, and I think her and Charlotte are gonna go toe-to-toe with each other and take it to another level. And I cannot wait. WrestleMania is like 50 days away. Let's go, Dan. They had this backstage thing with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green and setting up a tag team match with Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Liv, win. Let's move on. Fatal 4-way number one contenders match. Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross versus Madcap Moss and Santos Escobar. Madcap Moss for the win. I kind of call this one. Gunther's in the stands with Imperium. They're watching. And this is who's going to face Gunther for the title, the Intercontinental Championship. And I was like, this match, I was looking at it, I was like, this is going to be fun. But I know Madcap's going to win. Why do I know that? We have two elements here. Rey, Madcap, baby faces. Karrion Kross, Santos, heels. Gunther, heel. So, in my wrestling math, factoring in, we have Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross having a feud. So, it already eliminates those two. Now we come down to Madcap Moss and Santos. Eliminate Santos because he's a heel. Heel versus heel? No. Madcap Moss versus Santos Escobar. Madcap wins. He's with Emma. I don't see Madcap dethroning Gunther. I think Gunther is probably going to go all the way to WrestleMania and maybe be dethroned there. I think Gunther has his championship for a very long time. But we'll get great matches and bangas galore, so we shall see. But not, and I said the heart and soul of the show was the Bloodline story. And I feel like it's done so well and put in so many places inside this show. This is why we keep the television on. This is why SmackDown is breaking ratings records right now. They've just broke another one for this episode because people are invested. That's good storytelling. That's good shit. Because I was like, okay, I looked at the card. I was like, all right, that's cool. That's cool. I'm here for this. I'm here for this Bloodline storyline. I'm here for Sami Zayn. I'm here for this. I'm not really here for anything else at the moment, but this is what I want. And you end the show backstage. Paul saying, hey, I just got off the phone with the tribal chief. Hey, and he said next week he wants you and Jay to stay home and watch from the couch, see what's going to happen, because that's the go-home show on SmackDown for the Elimination Chamber match coming up. He wants you to sit on the sideline and watch, because what you see on TV is actually what you don't see live. I know he's referring back to what Jay and Sammy with the fist bump and everything like that. So it makes you grind your teeth a little bit more. It makes you bite down on something, being like, oh, Roman's pissed. Roman knows. Roman saw. What will the tribal chief do next week? This is what it's like to watch The Last of Us. I'm not comparing it to any zombie apocalypse level. I'm just saying good television where you're going to have it end on a cliffhanger. It's going to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen next week? What's Roman going to do? What's Roman going to say? What is Sammy going to do? Is Sammy going to attack Roman again? Are we going to get in a big, really fist fight? Is Jay going to come out there? So many possibilities, and we shall see if any of that kind of bleeds into Raw. I don't think it should, but it might, because this is some of the best stuff WWE has right now, and we're still building Cody versus Roman. So there's so many factors here. It's fucking awesome. So tell me what you like, though. I would give this show 3.5, and the biggest part is the 3 goes to the Bloodline storyline that's going on now, Sammy and everything like that. That's why I was tuning in. Everything else was a bonus, so 3.5. Of course, the tag team match was really fucking awesome. So 3.5 for this SmackDown. Next week, go home show, and we got a go home Raw, SmackDown. So it's gonna be. We're gonna see what we're doing here. A lot has been added to the card pretty quick. We had the Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley contract signing on Raw. So much to unpack. Then after that, we're going to WrestleMania, folks, in Hollywood, and I hope they do those vignettes like they did with WrestleMania 21, because that'd be. I'm already thinking of scenes that they could do, even current, popular movies or anything like that, Hell, let's do an Avengers type thing all together. Why not? Why not? So tell me what you thought. Drop those comments below. Drop those comments. Let's have this conversation together as pro wrestling fans, as WWE fans. You know, let's talk. Drop those comments below. Then after that, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Tell Roman he doesn't need to worry about Cody, because I am going to be the one to take him down.